This is your walk-up music, Dorian.
Actually, even before the introduction, let's give him a big hand.
Well, good morning, everybody. What's funny is I was right outside, and I said, I'm just going to grab a little bit of water, and I hear some music. I just snuck in the back, and he said, oh, okay, I guess I'm speaking. So there we go. So good morning to everybody. Is this microphone working? You have my slide deck, right? All right, if you can put it up for me, because this is not a representation of my body, nor of my speech today. Even though it does look kind of cool, but that's definitely not me. So while they're finding my slide deck, I'll just mention, my name is Dorian Earl. I'm the founder, CEO of a company called Development Consulting Partners. We are a technology enablement firm. We help small businesses, startups, maximize technology. Is anybody in the room, I know we're looking to some high school, some college students, anybody in the room have a business? Look at this, I like it. Anybody in the room want to start a business? Look at you all. That is, I have something special for all of you that raised your hand outside at the table. So just remind me, you say, hey, you said you had something for me. We have something for you outside. Now, historically, about 10 or 15% of people in this country are just like you. There are about 350 million people in this country, if not more. 170 million people are working, and of the 170 million people working, 30 to 40 million are just like you. That say, I have something, I have a side hustle, I got a small business, I have something going on. And when I was your age, this is the old man talk, when I was your age, I had like 3 or 4 things I was doing to make money. I was a referee in basketball. I was selling like candy. I would go to Sam's and buy candy. And the funny thing about all the students out here, they always want to eat, so I had candy all the time in my pocket. I had a little side hustle. I had like a catalog distribution business. Anybody even know what a catalog is? Anybody seen a catalog? Like 3 people in the room. That's funny. And the people over 35 right here. They were like, I know what a catalog is. Well, you would drop off catalogs at places, and they would open them up and call the 800 number and order, and I would make money that way. And then when I was in community college, the internet took off. And this is 2000, and I said, there's got to be some way to make some money with this thing. And I started my little internet company at the time. It was just selling stuff, finding companies that wanted to sell stuff, and I was helping them. And that was kind of how I got started in tech, which was really cool. So still can't find my slide deck, I guess? Well, look at that. All right. If you can ping Robin out there at my table, just ask her to bring my phone for me. That'll be good. Is it in your spam? No. Okay. Well, then now I got to tell a crazy story. So, all right. So what I was going to talk to you all about are what's called the new rules of wealth. Who in the room wants to get wealthy? Now, what does that mean when I say get wealthy? So if I say wealth, what does that mean to you? Wealth means money, okay. And what does that mean to you? A lot of riches. And the gentleman in the tie, you had your hand raised with a nice chain, but I got to go with the guy in the tie. So the guy in the tie says, what does wealth mean to you? Freedom, okay. So you want all of that, wealth, freedom, money, all of that, right? Now, I'm going to tell you how people made money 20 years ago and how they make money today and how you all can take advantage of that. And my slide deck has to do with that, but I'll just give you. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm going to attempt to do 2 things at once, which my wife says I'm not good at. So hang tight, and we'll see what happens here, okay? Give me 1 minute. Let's see. And let's see what happens if I can send this over. Slide deck, let's go. All right, new rules of wealth. So number 1, there are 4 ways people make money. The first way is at a job. Does anybody know what a job is? A job is you trade your time for money. Does anybody in the room have a job? Most of the room. That's why you're sharp and ambitious. You show up to work, and after a certain amount of time, what happens? They pay you, right? The good part of it is you show up and they pay you. Has anybody ever showed up and have your job not pay you? A few times, like 1 or 2 people in the room? You with the chain? Where would you show up and they not paid you? No, hold on. Don't tell me the company, because that could be outing them, so let's not do that. Just give me the, okay, well, that's a little different. So that means you're on straight commission. Okay, so you show up, but if you don't get a sale, okay, so that's a little different, but yeah, okay. So sometimes you can show up and not get paid, because it's performance-based, right? I'm with you. Now, that could happen, but in most cases, you show up to your job, and when you show up there, after a period of time, they pay you, right? And that is the core part about what you guys want to do. You want to show up, get paid. The bad part of it is you don't show up, you don't get paid. It would be great if you got paid and not show up, right? That would be the dream, because then you would have all kinds of time, wouldn't you? Just, hey, pay me. I'm never coming in. But that doesn't happen, right? Ideally. Now, the second way of making money is you own the business. You are a business owner, which a lot of my friends, as I was growing up, they were smarter than I am, of course, as you can tell, because they know how to send an email with like a slide deck. And they became doctors, accountants. They took their skill and they took it directly into the marketplace, right? Because you can be a doctor and work for Rush Copley or work for a hospital, or you can say, I own my own practice. And they can go right into the marketplace and they charge hundreds of dollars an hour, and that's better than making $5, $10, $15 an hour, right? Because if you're a doctor charging the end customer $300, $400, $500 an hour, that's pretty cool. So you work 40 hours a week, $500 an hour, 20 grand. It's a great deal, right? That's way better than working for $30, $40, $50 an hour, right? But what's the second problem with that? You're still trading your time, your energy, your efforts, because you still have to show up too. One of my good friends, his dad was a lead accountant, and he started his own accounting firm. He was charging big companies thousands of dollars an hour, and I was like, man, $1,000 an hour? I'm working a whole month to get $1,000. That is like crazy. And, but the thing with him is he still never took days off. He never took time off, because they were big clients. They were really, really demanding. And he had the same issue I had. I was making 50 grand, he was making 500 grand. But he still couldn't take time off. Now, the third way, I'm gonna hand this to him. This is the slide deck should be coming to you. Just put your email in there and see what happens. So the third way is investments. Anybody know how investments work? Chain. True, but you can put your money in more places than just companies. You're right. Using your money to make, you're right. That's where your money makes money for you. Or you invest in something to where that is paying you. Now, if I give you this, I'm gonna throw it to you. Oh, he's got good hands too, not just good looks, he's got the good hands. Let's say that was $10. It's not, but let's say it is. And you held on to it for a year, and if you hold on to it for a year, you had 2 of them. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? That means you took your $10, held it, and turned it into $20. That's kind of how investments work. Not exactly like that, but it's almost in reverse. You take your $20, hold on to it, and it becomes 22, it becomes 24, right? Now, what's the good part about that? Whether you're on vacation, whether you're working out, whether you're hanging with your friends, what's your money doing? Your money's working for you if you got it in the right place. But what's the bad part with that whole equation? It takes money to start, right? It'd be great if we all had $1 million, we take it in the market and we go, we're hanging out on the beach. But what's the bad part? Who's got $1 million in the room? Besides me. No, I'll just give you a hard time. Who else has $1 million in the room, right? It'd be great if we all had all this money and we just live off that, right? Or the fourth way, you own a business system. Last year, was anybody in the room last year? Yes. The keynote speaker last year, does anybody remember who the keynote speaker was? Well, he was one of the speakers, but the keynote was a gentleman that owned 30 McDonald's. Yes, he was. He owned a business system. His system of McDonald's made him money. He owned the system. He tapped into how McDonald's makes money and said, if I own it, this repeatable business system, it's just going to pay me long term. He went from his family started with a couple McDonald's downtown Elgin to over 30 now, right? Now, anybody ever seen a McDonald's go out of business? I've seen them close. Have you ever seen them go out of business, though? I've seen them close and open up across the street with like 2 drive-thrus instead of 1. And I'm like, man, that McDonald's is closing. And across the street, they got 2 drive-thrus and it's a double-decker McDonald's. I'm like, oh, they're not closing. They're just getting bigger, right? Speaking of which, the McRib is back. Anybody like a McRib fan? Okay, I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm not into McDonald's, but McRibs, you got me. Every week for the next 6 weeks. So anyway, all right. Don't get too excited over the McRibs. I'm with you. So yes, so you can own, so 1, a job. 2, you own the business. 3, investments. 4, you have a business system. That's when I graduated from a community college in 2000, those were the only ways I had to make money. That was my plan. That was my deal, right? Now, today in 2025, all the rules of wealth are different. And I'll tell you as college or soon-to-be college students, how's the presentation? Good? Going? No, still not going. It's lost? It's locked? Oh, my goodness. All right, well, here we go. This is really going to be fun now. No press. So now you have new rules of wealth. I hate to break it to you, but what's AI doing for everybody? Close. It's not replacing their jobs. It's replacing tasks. AI does not replace jobs. It replaces tasks. Now, if your job is a task, guess what's going to happen to your job? You're right. So everybody's going to tell you AI is replacing jobs. That's not true. My best friend in high school worked at a grocery store. And what did he do? He bagged groceries. Anybody ever been to a grocery store? Are there grocery baggers out there today? No. Technology didn't replace his, well, I should say tech kind of changed his job, didn't it? It didn't say, oh, the baggers are going away. Right. Now, 2 levels above that, from the grocery store bagger to actually the person that's ringing you up. Going to Walmart today, are there a lot of people ringing people up, or is it self-checkout? Okay. AI didn't replace that person's job. Technology did, because that job was a task. It was literally, that's what you did. You took something, you scanned it, and put it over here. That was a task, wasn't it? And technology took that task. Now, Walmart is infinitely bigger than it was when I was in college, isn't it? Yes. You know what else was bigger when I was in college, or I should say now than when I was in college? Amazon. Amazon, when I was your age, just sold books. Guess what it sells today? Everything. How does Amazon do that? Is it with more people or better technology? You're right. So what's AI going to do for every company today? Allow them to get bigger and grow faster. Now, here's the challenge with everybody in the room. Every company you work for is trying to figure that out right now. Many of you are 16, 17, 18 years old. Every company you work for is trying to answer the same question. How do I utilize technology to grow bigger, faster, stronger, with more efficiency? And if your job you're going for at any one of those companies is a task, you won't have that job. My company is 3 times bigger than it was last year. It's not because we have more people, but we do. It's because we are like 10 times more efficient. And what's our main tool? Technology. Now, we empower other people to use tech, but our demand is so high, we're trying to meet it with everything we can, with tech, with AI, with people, with all of it. When I spoke here last year, we had 8 people. We have almost 30 now. And I've lost 30 pounds trying to keep up with it, right? That's how that works. Now, let me tell you what you all can do to be more efficient. Number 1, anytime you go and apply for a job, you should ask, is this a task, or what's the future capability of this job? Now, the person you're probably interviewing with won't know the answer, but I'll give you a secret question to ask. You ready? You should ask, what are the 3 most important things this company is trying to get accomplished this year, and who's in charge of them? And if I was in your position, in any industry, I would go find the person at the company, and I would work 996 with that person. Anybody know what 996 means? This is a crazy comment. It may get me banned from here, but let's talk about it. 996, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week, with that company owner or boss. Now, who's excited about working 12 hours a day? No hands in the room. Well, one guy, you're right. Now, when I worked for Google, you know how many people stayed in the office, 996? A lot. And most of the people that worked there started their own firms, and they're multimillionaires, some billionaires today. Why was that? It's not because they worked hard. It's because they were closest to the problem, and they solved it. And they became so valuable to Google, they became millionaires because they solved the biggest, most important things at that company. Now, many of you, show of hands again on who is actually working a job. Most of the room. You should leave this room, and the number 1 question you should go ask your boss, what are we trying to get accomplished this year, and how do I help you? And you should work every extra waking minute you have to do that. Because a few things that are going to happen. Number 1, you become extremely valuable at the company. Extremely valuable, because you're solving the biggest issue at the company. Number 2, you figure out if your boss is really kind of knows what they're doing. You're like, they have all these issues, and I've been helping them, and I can solve it. I could probably have my boss's job. And a few companies I work for, I actually did have my boss's job. And guess what my boss told me? We can never let you go. And I'm like, I bet you can't, because I'm making you look good. And I would double my pay like that. And then the third thing, you figure out secrets to the industry, which I didn't know how valuable that was. But one company I worked for, I worked in medical dental supply. It was really one of the first real companies I had about 15 years ago. Should say first real jobs. And I figured out what the big issues were at the company, and within a couple years, I started my own company because I solved their issues that they weren't smart enough to solve. And I started it, grew it, sold it, and that's what got me started in tech, because I solved big issues. Now, that company is still around, but I became ultra successful because I figured out what the issues were that they could not solve. So guess what's back? You're in my email? How did you pull that off? Oh, you're in somebody else's email. I was like, are you in my email over there? Holy poop. I was like, all right, now I got to call my security team. Evidently, that's one of the people I didn't hire last year, right? Okay, so you're in there. So 1, find ultra high important things to do at the job. That is the rule that you all should follow. I just saw the slide deck up though, wasn't it? Okay, I got you. Okay, number 2, as a business owner, we talked about it. You can make way more money today taking your skill into the market, but the challenge is you may not have the time. So if you don't have the time, now pay dirt, here we go. And I have a pointer. Can we give these guys a big hand over here? Thank you. Okay, this was me. This is what I just talked about being an employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. This is what I just said. Don't just do your job, solve your boss's problems, right? Bring your rare in-demand skills to the workplace. Many of you are young and they don't think you have them, but you have the advantage over people my age and older because you are digitally native. Does anybody know what Google Workspace is? Does anybody know what Google Slides are? Then you know what Google Workspace is. I had to learn it. You all grew up with it. Guess what the advantage you have over everybody in the workplace? You know something they don't. You can build slides, slide decks, PowerPoints, Google Sheets faster than anybody in any company you're going to work for, with the exception of Google, right? You can bring that digitally native skill to the workplace if you know how to do it right, right? So, everybody got a phone? Take a picture of this slide. This is your AI prompt for success right here. Take a picture so you would know this is what I do, and you could take this, put these prompts into ChatGPT and work with it. Hold on, let me go back one. There we go. This is the one for your job right here. Hopefully I'm not going to block this. Everybody got a good picture of this? This is what you put in ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini about the job you do, the skills you have, and how you go and get double the pay in the next couple of weeks. Anybody excited about making double the pay? All right, this is how you do it. Now, who was the gentleman that was straight commission? You were, right? So one of my clients was a car dealership. He was trying to figure out the same thing. I say he, because he was the owner of the company. He's like, how do I sell more cars? I had digital marketing skills, so guess what I told him? I said, I can bring people on your lot that want to buy this car. He said, if you can do that, you're more viable than anybody at the dealership. That's what he told me. And guess what I told him? How much is a dealership? Right? Me and him partnered together. I brought people on the lot that wanted to buy the car. He said nobody could ever figure that out. I figured it out for him 10 years ago using Google. Right? I had a skill nobody on that lot knew. And he was paying a lot of money for it. That's the item that you could bring in, right? This was before Car Gurus. This was before Auto Trader, right? Now, those...
Could you repeat the question so we get it on camera? He asked a question. Could you repeat the question?
Yeah. He said, was this before Car Gurus or Auto Trader? And Car Gurus is a company where you go on and you can sort through cars and ask questions about cars, and they would take that interest and forward it to the person. And what I was doing was before Car Gurus. It didn't exist, right? So, really good question, yes. So you know Car Gurus, you know Auto Trader. You buy leads, I know. How much, do you know how much you guys pay in leads? Yeah, I can tell you $200, $300, $400 per lead. So if you had everybody in this room go to a car dealership and say, we're interested, they may pay you hundreds of dollars per lead. It's actually a new rule of wealth, and I'll tell you, that's called attention. That didn't exist when I was growing up. It does exist for you. Yeah, it's hundreds of dollars of value. Everybody get a picture of this? All right, path 2, we talked about being self-employed. My brother, who's a very gifted trainer, personal trainer, dietitian, he's self-employed. He worked for a hospital. He would build training programs for other people. Now he does it for himself. He takes his skill directly into the marketplace and makes money. But he works all the time, all right? So I told him, hey, stop trading hours for dollars. Leverage technology. Use AI to clone yourself. Use a CRM. And he was like, what's that? I said, hey, let's talk. Anybody know what ebooks or courses are today? This is how, anybody know, this is, everyone's like, man, everybody's got their own course. Everybody is a creator now. There's a reason why, because it's profitable. If people download the course, are you working for it, or you built the course one time? Build the course one time. People buy it over and over. You make money. There's a lot to be had there, right? Here are your prompts. Now, you may be too young to have a rare skill, but I shouldn't say that out loud. But if you all want to be self-employed, if you all know something that other people don't know, maybe you're gifted with code, you're gifted with video creation, social media marketing, something in the marketplace that other people want to learn from you. Has anybody ever taught somebody how to do something that's really cool? What? What did you teach them? Coding. So you know how to code. You know how to slang a little code. So guess what you should do? You should have a YouTube video of you teaching the code. Watch how many times it gets viewed. If it gets viewed more than 1,000 times, what does that tell you? There's a what, I'm sorry? There's a need. You got attention. What do you do with attention? You can monetize it. So if you put it out there and nobody watches the video, you don't care. But if you put it out there and 1,000 people see it and keep watching it, what does that tell you? There's a need. And what should you do with that video over time? Make other videos. And what do you do with all those videos? You package them up in a course and you sell it, right? You see what's happening there? Anybody ever heard of a company called Masterclass? They package other people's knowledge and sell it. That is what they do. Part 3, owning a business system. Business systems generate profit without your direct involvement. That's the gentleman from McDonald's that was here last year. He's probably, I don't want to say this about him, but he's probably not working the fries this morning, right? He's probably not making the McRibs. He's doing other things, but he owns the business system. Now, if many of you may want to do that, where you'll say, I want to own a franchise. I want to own a group of car dealerships. I want to own several gyms and hire personal trainers and build a system around that, right? Robin, who's out at the table, who works with us, she also does career coaching, but part of where she does career coaching for is a network of career coaches. There's a company that built a platform around that for other coaches. It's a business system, right? Now, this is how you leverage that. Of course, Amazon is there, which I mentioned, Shopify, other SaaS. Anybody know what SaaS means? Software as a service. You can build a software that other people use, and you charge them for that, which is really cool. Here are your prompts. Get your phones ready. So if you're like, I want to build a business system, how do I do this? This is actually one of the things that we do as a company. This earns us a lot of money. Help me list business models that rely on systems. This is you. You may not know if your skills can make money. Your skill does make money because you taught somebody how to do something, right? You don't know how much money you're sitting on. I don't know either, but hopefully you find out, right? Yeah. Does it take you being 21 to put the video out, or you can do it at your age? You can do it at your age. This is what didn't exist when I was sitting in your chair. Because people would say, who are you, Dorian? You're just a college student. And today, people favor college students more than people my age. They go, you're old, Dorian. Find me a young college student with your idea. And I go, well, crap. How do I do that? You're in high demand. Yes. So, fourth thing, investments. We talked a little bit about that. Here are your prompts. Hopefully you've got your cameras out. Hopefully you do. If you don't, you may lose the ability to say, hey, show me how to make money with investments. Here are your prompts right here that help you do that. 4 more slides, and we're wrapped up. This is you. Your 4 paths at a glance. Employee, self-employed, business, investor. This is partly, if this speaks to you, you should look at how to leverage that. Here are what's going on with these new economies in 2026. This was like 2025. I just updated the slide to look at some projected numbers. Here you go. This is where you all are early on this list. Here's the core part for you all. You're not in college yet. So what does this mean? Your wealth accumulation strategy starts today. You could be years ahead of what's on this chart. Because technically, you all are not on this, you're not on this chart yet, right? Now, that is the advantage you have. The disadvantage you have is you may not know that, and you may have to wait to figure this part out, which hopefully you don't. Questions? Questions before I wrap up with 4 more slides, and then I'm done. Questions? None. Here is my special gift. For one, you all, anybody know what a side hustle is? You should. Everybody want to start one but don't know where to begin? This is your code. 200 side hustle ideas sit behind this QR code right here. Take a picture of it. Many of those could be with you right here. You may not know what you want to do yet. There are 200 side hustle ideas right behind that QR code. Find the one that works for you. Number two, I asked this question earlier. Who wants to start a business in this room? That otherwise you wouldn't be here. Now, I have a table outside that we empower businesses like you to grow. We build software that allows you to exponentially go past people in your industry. And we help people with it. And today, that software is free for you. It's called a CRM. The #1 CRM company in the world is called Salesforce.com. It's a $40 billion, 25-year company. And I can give it to you for free if you come see me at the table outside. The second part of that is I got some cool stuff at the table, some phone chargers if you left yours. But the real deal is that I want to empower you to build something awesome, because I used to be you all. So I want you to make it. And then don't forget about me after you become wealthy, okay? So that's there. Two, sometimes being a business owner is scary. Some of you in the room didn't raise your hands, and that's fine, because you're like, I don't know if I want to own something. I've seen businesses fail. That's cool. The new way of wealth is to partner with those people that don't mind risk. Remember, there's 30 people that work with me. They all don't have the same risk tolerance I do. They all don't like public speaking. They all don't like to handle payroll and do all of that and take the risk, right? But that's fine, you don't have to, because you can take your skills and partner with self-employed people, and you can learn how to be successful in the marketplace. There's a website called trailhead.com, which teaches technology skills for free to students like you, and you can now become wealthy doing that. You couldn't do that before, but you can now. Take a picture of this, but this is out at my table. And then the last thing I would tell you, the company I do some partnering with, we're hosting a conference downtown Chicago in like 3 weeks. Everybody knows what AI and what an AI agent is? An AI agent is an autonomous computer that does tasks on your behalf. We build those for companies. And we are hosting an event downtown Chicago for free for you all, where we are showing people what agents can do. And we're building some for small businesses. If you all have a business and want to attend or think about starting a business, scan that code. Come see me at the table. We'll get you in there for free. You can see what the future looks like today of AI agents and agent force. It's pretty cool. We'll buy you food and get you dinner and all that kind of good stuff. So if you all are going, go with your friends, take the train downtown, spend all day, say, this is what I do. I'm a student. I'm trying to learn how to build AI and AI agents in an industry. Come there. Or you just may want to see what's cool and what's up and coming, because you're a high school, soon-to-be college student, soon-to-be business owner, and you want to build something really awesome. Come to this event. Let us buy you some food. Come get you some giveaways and have your mind blown for tech. So outside of that, that's all I have. Thank you all.